Hey everybody. So this whole year we've been talking about how to grow demand for carbon removal. And one of the things we've been developing is our AirMiners Buyers Club. And that's because as we've seen over the last 4 years, we've had more than 200 startup companies graduate from our AirMiners Accelerator program, really bridging that innovation gap. We've got a whole range of different solutions for carbon removal. That means right now the greatest bottleneck for carbon removal is on the demand side, and that's why we built the AirMiners Buyers Club. So we've had our first couple meetings of the Buyers Club, and we've put together an application for suppliers to be able to sell their tons to members of the Buyers Club. So if you're looking to sell carbon removal credits this year, this is a message for you. So go to the AirMiners website, we've got the application up, and you can see the overview of what we're looking for, and then there's a button to actually fill out the application. It covers things like, in terms of purchases, these buyers are looking for anywhere from 100 to 10,000 tons with timelines of 12 to 18 months for delivery. And that's kind of the scope of the carbon removal credits that are going to be a good fit for this group. We also have a set of things that not all of the buyers are looking for. So some of the things in the center there, that's across the board, everybody's looking for those things. Then we also have that section of things where people are open to it, where some people are interested in it. Things like enhanced rock weathering with really exhaustive MRV, ocean-based solutions that are already deploying, and not looking for things that are kind of pre-permitting stage or still in that permitting stage. Probably aren't as good of a fit. We've also highlighted geographies that are interesting. Because imagine you're working for a big corporation, you find out there is a carbon removal project going on right next to headquarters. That is a instant plus in terms of getting the internal buy-in to make a carbon removal purchase. I've heard that in stories about purchasing, including how Oliver Wyman made their first purchase of 10 tons from Charm Industrial because the offices were like right down the street from each other. And so that's something that's real. That makes a big difference when you're working on getting internal buy-in for purchasing carbon removal credits. So we included that too. So you can click on the application. You're going to see some questions similar to other RFPs that are out currently. I encourage you to copy and paste, make use of other applications that you've already done. We're going to be pretty flexible in terms of getting a general sense of what you're doing from those questions if you're pulling from another application. There's also a spot to upload and share other documents and things like that. So that is the application for the AirMiners Buyers Club. So if you're a supplier, if you're on the supply side of carbon removal, check that out. And if you're on the corporate side of carbon removal, if you're looking at this, you're like, hey, I want to be in this Buyers Club. You want to be reviewing some teams and purchasing some carbon removal credits or potentially purchasing some credits, hit me up in email. The email is tons@airminers.com. I'd love to have a conversation with you about that. So that is the AirMiners Buyers Club, the first application that we're putting out. And then we'll be going in and interviewing and making purchases in the later part of the year. So look forward to seeing your applications and developing this demand for carbon removal.